Welcome to Riverside Arts Weekend 2018. You may know it as Raw, and you might know me as the Raw, Jacob Palka, and I'm here for Riverside TV to act as your host to this weekend's exciting events. Behind me we have tons and tons of talented artists showcasing their original works. We have dozens of community vendors. There's that and so much more, so I hope you'll join me as we explore Raw 2018. I'm here with Debbie Netter, and she is basically the festival manager, the wizard who put all this together today, this beautiful art festival. Is this your first year doing this?
No, this is my 5th year doing it. It's the 11th year of the festival, and I've been involved for 5 years.
Well, and it's only gotten better over the years. I'm told that you get all of the artists.
I do, yeah. I advertise for the artists, and then they're all juried. We do an online jury process, and we have an actual jury, and they're accepted or not accepted, and that's sort of...
Who's on that jury? How do I get on that jury?
What are your qualifications?
Well, I'm doing this, so I'm here.
Okay. Are you a visual artist at all?
I'm a theatrical artist. Would that...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay, email me.
So all those people jury the art.
We have 3 jurists. They jury the art, and then they say yes, no, maybe. We ask them questions if we need to, and then the artists are informed of whether they're accepted, and we send out lots of correspondence in between, and then the festival day comes.
How early is that the jurying and the picking the artists begins?
In April. We do it for our festival in April. A lot of others do it much earlier, but you know.
Well, we thank you, Debbie, and Riverside thanks you for putting this all together.
And I thank Riverside Arts Weekend for allowing me to be a participant all these years.
So we're going to explore the festival a little more and see all these things that you told us about and that you planned for us.
Terrific, thank you.
I'm here with John Vandermerk. He's from Crystal Lake, right?
Correct.
And he's got some wonderful wood pieces here, wood bowls, and we were just talking a little bit about this, and I wanted to know where you get wood like this.
I get them from arborists, loggers, and friends of families. People know that I'm a turner, so they see some trees being taken down, and they're willing to give a call to me right away and say, you better hurry up and come over.
And take this wood off my lawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably happy you do them that service.
Absolutely.
And they don't charge you. You don't pay for any of it, do you?
Well, I do pay for some of the burls and some of the other more exotic and figured woods, but other than that, no, I don't pay for much of it.
Well, that's a great business. And so you say you're a turner. So explain what that term means.
It means that when you are processing the wood, you turn it on a lathe and spin it, so we refer to ourselves as turners.
Gotcha. And that's how you make all of these bowls here that you have.
Right, because there's nothing that's made flat. There's flat people who make flat wood. Sure. And boxes and stuff.
Sure.
This is all round, so it's turned.
And so this is all one piece of wood then? It's never cut, it's never glued together?
Well, I do have pieces that are glued together and some others, but mainly it's all one piece of wood. Yes.
So in other words, you're saying this big piece here was one big, huge...
That was one big piece of wood.
That's a big piece of wood to deal with.
That comes from the crotch of the tree where the trunk meets the 2 limbs.
The crotch of the tree. These are technical terms for turning wood bowls, so we can say them on TV.
That's right.
That's a great part of being about being an artist.
That's right.
Okay, so why do you do this?
Why do I do this? Because I got into pens and got a small lathe and started making pens, and then after I started doing that, I wanted to make a bowl, so I made a bowl, and that was really fun. Yeah. And then push came to shove, and I had to get a bigger lathe. Yeah. And then I just started turning more, found out that I could get trees for nothing, And then I just started
It's a great
doing
business.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
one right after another.
And everything, it's got a unique grain, so every piece is unique.
Every part, every single one has a different texture and grain to them. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's great. John, you're here selling your art. Thank you
Greg.
so much for sharing it with us.
Very good.
Stay tuned. I'm with Yen here, and you're from Toronto, you were
Yes.
telling me?
Yes,
So you come all the way to Riverside, Illinois
for a couple shows. Yeah.
for a couple shows.
Yes.
And so tell us about your artwork. It's very unique. I've never seen embroidered artwork.
This is my family traditional art. Couple hundred years actually.
Really?
Yes.
You haven't been alive 100 years, though.
No, I'm not.
Just the art.
Just my family doing this kind
Your
of
family does this.
this kind of work.
And it was
Yes.
passed down to you.
Yes, from my mother to him.
Really?
Yes.
And so how long did it take you to learn from your mother to do this?
Sometimes for me not take a very long time, with a few years. But if another person wanted to learn this kind of art, if we can't find a real professional teacher, maybe whole life.
Really?
Never can reach artist level.
Wow.
Yes, you can make a beautiful embodied picture,
Sure.
just like you can paint a piece of beautiful painting.
Sure.
But not many of painting is fine arts.
That's true.
Yes, the detail, it is key to make it something different.
Well, I'm looking at this piece over here,
Yes.
and it's a woman. It's her back,
Yes.
and when I walk by, it looks like a painting.
Yes.
I mean, how much time did it take to put into something like that?
Actually, I never check time.
Never look at the time.
Only beginner. Beginner always talk about hours and size because beginners teach by standard, like a baby. Yes, the picture, if designed good, also looks gorgeous, but always looks very stiff and static. Artist work, we talk about passion, talk about heart. That's make a difference. So that's why you can see this woman's body looks live, very soft movement, just a live one. Yeah, the beginner's work, you can make a similar one, but it looks like a photograph, static. It's different, total different story.
Wow.
Yes, it looks same, but it's not same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very fine difference.
Yes.
And you're a fine artist.
Thank you. Actually, for Chinese, used to be we never talk about artists. Where I'm embodied, make embodied works, because artists we are thinking about artists like a professor, not like America. America's every people's artist.
Yeah. Very true.
It's total different thinking. Yeah, we're different. Yeah, we're thinking artists like a professor. So yes.
Well, thank you, Yan.
welcome.
I appreciate it. I'm here with Mike, and he's from Elmhurst, so he's got a shorter commute than the guy from Toronto, but he's here on this beautiful Raw weekend. So tell me about the art that you brought here today.
Well, I'm a painter, acrylic paintings, and I traditionally was an impressionist painter, did a lot of landscapes. And in the last couple of years, I started playing around with this kind of a different technique where I do some outlining on the paintings after I paint them, the initial go around.
Right, I was going to say it looks like I've seen pieces where almost like wax. When people
really?
paint with wax, that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
thought it was.
Oh,
but
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
And so where do you draw your inspiration from? I mean, you got streetscapes, you've got flowers, you've got wildlife.
I like to walk around. So I've got a dog, and we do a lot of walking, and we like to go through the brambles and the woods, also city too. So it's all good. And I just look around. I always carry, the phone always has a camera on it, but sometimes I bring my camera and something looks interesting, just take a picture, and I take lots of pictures, and once in a while they become a painting.
Very nice. And art is everywhere. And when do
That's true.
how do you decide? You have smaller paintings, you have bigger things. How do you decide that?
Well, I just started painting full-time about 2 years ago. So I've painted my whole life, but I've had other jobs. So when I decided to do painting again, it was kind of a journey of discovery a little bit to figure out what do I like to paint. So a lot of these littler ones are just experiments to see if something comes of it. So that's why I'm starting to do some larger pieces now as well. So, like as I'm discovering what I enjoy doing, I'm committing more to such as this one here.
Yeah, well, that's a beautiful piece. And those are flowers, yes?
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think they were flowers,
Yeah.
but I think you could see other things in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Is
good.
that what you want?
Yeah.
Good,
There you
good.
go.
So it's
But-
working.
Yeah, but they started as snapdragons, so it's a large abstract based on the flower snapdragon. Sure. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mike. I
Yeah, it was great.
appreciate it. Okay, I'm here. This is very special because this is this gentleman's first time here at the Raw, and it's your first art fair ever.
Correct.
And his name's Jacob, which my name's Jacob, but we also share more things in common. He is a curtain. I went to school with his sister Vicky. There are tons of curtains, so you probably went to school with one of them too. But he's an RB alum, and he's from Brookfield, so this is very special. That other guy was from Toronto, but you had no large commute at all.
Nope.
No. So tell us about your art. I know some of it's at RB, and now people have a chance to purchase it. Tell us about all the art you have here today.
Yeah, so I have most of all my pieces here at this show. This is my first art fair ever, and I graduated from RB in 2011. I have one piece there, but yeah, I have various pieces, acrylic pieces as well as oil pieces for sale. They're all for sale. Also have prints as well. My artwork's kind of dark. I also I also do commission portraits as well.
Yeah. See, there you go. So if you want to, would you paint me? Do I have a face for a painting? I've been told I have a face for radio.
You have a very nice face for,
I have a very nice face. Ma, you heard it here from Jacob Curtin. So tell me, a lot of the artists that we interview here, they're how do I want to say this? Experience.
Yeah.
And you're a younger artist starting out. You know, so how is that? How are you finding your art and doing this?
I feel more younger. I have a younger audience. So since I'm a young artist, a lot of people, younger fans, approach my artwork rather than older people.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm getting the hang of things and learning from my first experience at the art fair. So, yeah.
So I'm assuming this isn't your full-time.
No, this is not my
Job.
full-time job, but
That's the goal.
Yeah, it is the goal. In the future, I plan to do this full-time. So.
Cool. Well, he's a very talented guy, and he's an RB alum, and so you can see, being in this community, there's such a sense of art and talent and support for that kind of thing. And what would you tell the young artists out there watching this, or people who think they can't do it or they want to do it? You've made the jump, why can't they?
I tell them never give up on your dreams. Like, literally find the time for it, even if it's after school, after work, even if it's only for a few hours. You know, definitely find the time for it. Never lose that passion, and keep, try and reach your goals. It's never give up.
Thank you, Jacob. Jacob Curtin, very talented young man here at the Raw 2018. Come out and buy some of his stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
What does your name tag say here? Spectacle, say that for me.
A spectacle chairperson.
Okay.
And it's Laurie Redden, Risley, because I actually am an artist too, and I go by Redden.
There you go. All right. So tell us, she is the wonderful mind behind all the letters that you've probably seen around Riverside for the past couple of weeks, and now they're all arranged to spell out things. And we're in front of one now, and it says Imagine. And tell us what's so special about this display here.
Imagine is all created and built by the Hauser Junior High Art Club, led by Mr. Singh, the art teacher. The kids were challenged to create letters that were 4 to 5 feet tall, have to be weatherproof because they're going to be outside.
Right.
They could use any kind of material. Just go for it, be as inventive as they could. I went every Tuesday and Wednesday when Art Club meets to just check on their progress. We did nothing for them. They built it, created, painted, struggled sometimes, and came up with the new way to solve the problem of engineering so that it would stand outside. I'm really proud of their enthusiasm.
It's a complete, almost an artist challenge that you present. You said that it's like a college project you would have had to do.
It is. I have my BFA, and this is something that would have easily been in the beginning sculpture class. Sheer size is amazing that they came through, and they're standing here, and that's impressive. I will have to plug that the E was the only letter that they didn't have a team for, and my 86-year-old mother came through when I found out I had to get an E finished, and she sewed flowers and strung the buttons as leaves, and I was really proud of her, and she was really happy to be involved also.
Beautiful. And so that goes to show old and young effort, no matter what
Truly,
age.
the letters all around town, we had 4-year-olds up to 86-year-olds involved, with over 100 people engaging in this product. So it was really encompassing of the village. So
Yeah, and I think
been
it's
very pleased.
no surprise that we're a talented community, right?
They love getting out there and being creative and being inspired and pushed out of their bounds to show what they can have or what's in their imagination.
So now we're going to go over and we're going to take a look at another word that you are so proud of.
I am really proud of that too.
So stay tuned. So we're back over here on the other side of the water tower where we have the word inspire, and this was done by some of our adult artists, and this is one that you're very proud of and you've had a hand in yourself. So tell us about this array of letters.
Again, groups were, challenged to create the 4 to 5 foot high letters in any way that they could, and I just loved how this variety of moms and families and any individual, and they're not necessarily artists, just push themselves to be outside the box and create really magical, whimsical letters, and love how this came through.
They're beautiful, and I know you had a hand in the eye.
I did the eyeball.
Which has the eye that goes back and forth.
Yes.
We've got two pieces here, the S and the E is my favorite. It's got a big egg over it.
Love it.
And you were telling me that this was done by
Jananne Kane, who
Is an
actually
author?
is a children's book author and an artist in her own right. Real fun, quirky things. Love her work. Again, I think you can just see the variety of thinking and creativity that everybody said, I'm going to just be me and create what speaks to me, and colorful, fun, size variety, organic, and quirky recycled water bottles. That family lives across from the river and said, I'm going to do something having to do with water. And it's water bottles. I mean, it's just quirky, and I love it.
It's a great installation, and you are the mind behind it, so we thank you, for doing that. I mean, Raw is really awesome because not only do we have the artists in the park, but you've shown off the artists that live in the town.
Absolutely.
We're all artists, really. You just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. Get out there and create and be inspired.
There you go. Great tie-in. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jacob, for showing us all the wonderful artwork that we've got here at Riverside Arts Weekend. My name's Derek Johnson, and I'm going to take you on a trip to go see all of the delicious food vendors and what they've got to offer this weekend. So I'm here with Lenore of Fruit Blend Smoothies. What brought you out to Raw this weekend?
Well, we've been doing Raw for about 8 years now, and it's a fabulous, event for artists to show their paintings and artwork. And it's just a fun atmosphere. It's very family oriented, and we have a blast. And we bring our healthy drinks to this event.
Very cool. And you said you're going to make something here for us.
Yeah, what would you like me to make?
Well, I don't know. What would you recommend?
Well, we have strawberry banana, mango madness, pineapple quench. What's your...
I'm always a big fan of pineapple.
Pineapple, okay.
Very cool. It's absolutely delicious. Well, and where are you guys based? I might have to come by sometime.
We actually have our own professional kitchen in Berwyn, and so we cut the fruit and do everything there, and we have a little warehouse. But we bring our product to the Riverside Farmers Market on Wednesdays from 2:30 until 7. Every Wednesday, rain or shine, we're here. And we have an extensive menu of exotic smoothies, fusion lemonade, all different kinds, blueberry, mint, even jalapeno. And when the fruits are in season, we buy from farmers, local farmers.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much. I'll definitely have to check it out at the farmers market. So thank you very much.
Hope to see you all. Mwah.
So I'm here at the empanadas booth. So what did you guys bring to Raw today?
Empanadas.
Fair enough. So this one doesn't look like what I remember an empanada looking like. So
It's an empanada just shaped in a different way. So instead of being closed, it's like a cup and we put the filling inside.
looks really good. So it's got like apple pie filling basically?
Yeah, basically. So it's apple, cinnamon, and brown sugar.
Very cool. And so empanadas are
Argentinian, but all Latin American countries have their own version of empanadas. In other places, like in Mexico, they serve them with sweet fillings. In other places, they fry them. They put like potatoes or rice. It depends on where, but it's like a tradition in all Latin America.
Very cool, very cool. Now, I love empanadas. I remember going there all the time when I was here in high school. But how long have you guys been in Riverside now?
We have been in Riverside for 7 years.
Wow, it's been that long, huh?
Yeah.
I feel old now. But you guys have another location in LaGrange.
LaGrange, yeah. That opened a year after, so it's been there for 6 years.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I'm so glad you guys are doing well. And how many years have you been coming to Raw?
Good question, but at least 5 years, I suppose.
And is this a good event for you guys?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's very nice to see everybody.
Very
it's
cool.
A very nice town, and it's very nice.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming out here and sharing your food with us. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. So thank you.
Thank you. You too.
So I'm here with Kate Coffey of Chocolate Twist. Now, how's your weekend here at Raw going?
Oh, Raw is always a great event for us. The crowds are really supportive, and we've had a lot of people coming through this weekend, so we're having a great time.
So tell me a little bit about what you've got here.
Sure. Chocolate Twist creates handcrafted small batch confections. We specialize in chocolate bars and caramels. Some of our best sellers are our Saigon Cinnamon Peanut Butter Cup, our Epic Sea Salt Caramel, and our Root Beer Float Candy Bar.
Those all sound delicious.
They are.
Do you have a favorite yourself?
No, that's like asking me which of my kids I like better. So I like them all for different reasons. Yeah. So I just encourage people to try everything and see what they like best.
You mind if I try one?
Go for it.
Can't even see the names on the front of these. I'm just gonna go for one.
It's a potluck.
Yeah, I'll just try this one.
Okay.
That's really good.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Thank you.
So how'd you get into doing handmade chocolates?
Well, I went to culinary school when my kids were little, and I just fell in love with the candy world. I have a mouthful of cavities to prove it, too.
Well, maybe I will after tasting that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
well, thank you so much.
You
I hope
bet.
the rest of your weekend goes amazing.
Thanks. We love raw.
That's going to do it for Riverside Arts Weekend 2018. I hope you enjoyed getting a look at all the very talented artists that we had assembled here this year. If you weren't here, I hope you'll get down here next year and buy some of this wonderful art. I'm kind of tired about talking about all this art, so I'm going to go buy some. See you next year.